welcome to it, you guys. Tuned in on the Hangout. We're starting off this week on a very high note, and also we just want to make sure that you guys are comfortable and also are enjoying your holiday day. And also, we are tuned in on the Hangout right here on channel 260, giving you all the things that you need to know about. So this is the edutainment show that we have in the Eastern Cape. And yes, it is Uzinhle Ngeza. I'm definitely going to be with you guys from this very minute until the last one, which will be 4:30, serving you all the goodness and also making sure that you guys are well informed about the information that you need to know about. So today we are definitely commemorating the struggles of the apartheid and also what the youth of South Africa had to fight for and also stand against. So today it is a very significant and also a very heavy day for many people who were involved in the struggle and also on the Soweto uprising. It is definitely the June 16 in South Africa, and also it is the Africa Day. It is the African Child Day, excuse me. So everyone, we're just going to be looking into our history and also getting to talk about the things that we had to surpass, and also for us sibenale freedom sinayo kangaka apha eMzantsi Africa. Porque ngakhange ngithethe kakhulu ke mna ke, let us get on and also let us get on and let us hang out. Beautiful people, welcome to it. We are looking back into our history as a country and also looking back to history of the youth of South Africa. So we do know that today, it is a public holiday, and also now you must be asking yourself, why is it a public holiday in South Africa, the June 16 specifically? So the June 16, it is a youth day in South Africa, a public holiday that gets to commemorate the Soweto uprising of 1976 that got to happen on June 16, and also it gets to mark when the thousands of students got to protest against the apartheid government decision to make Afrikaans the mandatory medium of instruction. So that means that in schools now, government of the apartheid wanted each student to be taught in the Afrikaans language, of which now that was discriminating against their own mother tongue language, or let's rather say native language, upper eMzantsi Africa. So the protest that led, so this particular protest got to lead to a brutal crackdown and also a thousands of deaths, these students that were involved in that. So when we get to elaborate in terms of Soweto uprising, is that on the 16th of June 1976, students at Soweto, specifically a township at Johannesburg, organized a peaceful march to protest the government's decision to force Afrikaans as a language for instructions as Golweni. So this was seen as a discriminatory measure against black students, and also government respond ngalo, especially let's be emphasizing in terms of the apartheid government. So Boni protest, and also they met it with violence while it was a peaceful protest that the students were leading, and also so that got to lead to the death of these many students, and also it got to injure a lot of students that were protesting on that day. And also we get to commemorate this day as the Soweto uprising 1976 Youth Day. So as the South African government declared June 16 Lena, it is going to be the Youth Day, and also it is going to be a public holiday to get to acknowledge the role ulucha laidlala in terms of struggle against apartheid back then in the earlier years, and also in terms of internationally recognition yakona is that the Soweto uprising was a turning point in the struggle against the apartheid, bringing international and also international attention and also to the brutality of the regime, and also galvanizing its support for a liberation movement. So that is what June 16 is all about. And also they were trying to make sure that ulutsha langoku and also the people who are abasezkolweni have the freedom to choose in terms of which subjects do they want to babafunde ngazo, and also get to babe ne freedom curriculum of being taught into their own mother language, and also keeping on language yomntu omnyama, and also the native language isaphila, so that we do not get to be colonized by the Afrikaans language. So beautiful people, that was the background and also the history of June 16, and also I hope that you guys at home also got to bani understanding in terms of why is it that and we are not being part of umsebenzi, or we're not doing our regular day-to-day deliverables. But okwangithi like masike sithathe nje ikhefu elincane saphinda sibuye kwakhona. Stay tuned. Beautiful people, so basically today we're just looking into history of South Africa and also getting you guys to be informed in terms of what is going on and also what is our history that makes us the proud South Africans as citizens in Mzansi Africa. And also I do have a little bit of a clip that is going to be showing you guys in terms of what actually got to happen at the Sharpeville massacre and also in terms of the history behind it. So beautiful people, let us get to check out in terms of what actually happened on that present day at Sharpeville. Let us see.
In an age in which it is imperative to reduce tensions and promote the concept of one human family, none may safely indulge in race hate and race injustice.
Hantse ke le mona ke la ka utlwa ntho e dumang e lang ha ke hetla ke re ke bona batho ba se ba tlo fenseng ba baleya lena ka kena fenseng ka baleya ha ke mmatha ke mmathile tjena ka a ke re ke gopola ha ke ya kwa ke tlo hlaka hae ho bona le ntate o mongwe kopana le ene feta a ntshwara letsoho a mmatha ka nne re mmathile jwalo itse re fihla mo ka ngwe o thotse ke tswa mpotsa go ngwana ka o dula kae
buleta pele e ntshwere ke le mang e la ntshwara dintong mo ya ntsha seeta ha ke se ke le atametse ho potela koloing yane ho tlo ipata ka dishop ke mo ile kena mona ya nlahla fatshe maka mata ka kgatsa ka ba ka potela ka ha ntse re hlodisa re bona ba ntse ba kena ga ditopo tse William Fiat maponesa ba ntse ba ketella ka dithuto ba ntse ba hlaba ka ditsenene tsena tse hlaba ba limetseng haholo ha metsi a pula Afrika ntsa pula ena ba bonela madi le bokgobedi mo re mo ga re le metsi jwale re tlo tswa jwa mona bana batho bana ba thu.
Je déclare ouverte la séance extraordinaire du comité spécial chargé d'étudier la politique d'apartheid du gouvernement de la République sud-africaine. Massacre qui a eu lieu à Sharpeville, en Afrique du Sud, et qui a eu pour victimes des hommes, des femmes et des enfants qui manifestaient pacifiquement contre les lois inhumaines de l'apartheid.
Rona batho ba le mmuso ona ba le re ratane ba tshwere mmuso ha ile bona re ba tshwaretse
Beautiful people, it saddens our hearts to see that as abantu abamnyama we had to struggle so much, and also Sister Aglisha, just because of we want to be able to speak our own mother tongues and also singabikho colonized oloslobo. And also we just want to say that we thank you to the youth eyethe yalwa ke ngoba sikwazi banathi sibe nalo ulwazi and also to have the freedom esitesanayo namhlanje. But okwangoku masike sibamba apho sihambe siyothengisani thina saphinda sibuye kwakhona. Stay tuned. Beautiful people, welcome back to it, man. And yes, you guys are still tuned in on the Hangout. Today we are commemorating and also we are celebrating being African, being a youth, and also we're making sure that we are definitely giving you guys the information that you need to know about, because there's a lot of ulucha ulpapandle, and they keep on asking themselves and wanting to relate and also wanting to understand in terms of what is the Youth Day, what is so important about this particular day. So also what is more important about this particular day, which is the June 16, is that it is the International African Day that we get to celebrate up again a continent here too as Africa. Is that if you didn't know what is the Africa Child Day, is that it is known as the Africa Child Day, which is DAG. It has been celebrated on the June 16 every year since 1991, when it was first initiated by the OAU, Organization of African Unity. So this day, it is to basically honor those who participated in the Soweto uprising in 1976. So just so that we can get to show you guys is that Ngalamhla June 16 in 1976, it got to bring a lot of attention to Africa, to South Africa, and also to children as well, because that was a march that was being held by Ulucha and also the youngs that were still in school. And also it was to just raise awareness of the continuing need to improve the education provided to the African children and also child, because we do know that in terms of the world, Africa is one of that continent that is tend to be forgotten, and also we're always lacking in some way or some other way. So now the world was like, let us give attention to the school academics zabantwana base Africa. And also on the June 16, 1976 in Soweto, South Africa, about 10,000 black school children marched in a column more than a half-mile long, protesting of the poor quality of education and also demanding their rights to be taught in their own language. And also sadly, hundreds of young students were shot. And also we do know, we do have the name that is being mentioned in most times, which is Hector Peterson, and he was one of the students that was unfortunately shot. And also most other victims nazo ke zazi involved into that tragedy eyathe yenzeka in June 16. And also hundreds of other people were also killed in the protest of the following 2 weeks, and also more than 1,000 got injured on that particular day, which is the day that we get to celebrate namhlanje. And also on the June 16 every year, Watikeo government and also NGOs and also international organizations and other stakeholders that discuss about, you know what, let us get to discuss the challenges and also opportunities that are facing, and also get to fully realize the rights of children in Africa. So that is basically how the day Yoba Africa is going to be, the June 16 is going to be the Africa Child Day that we're going to be celebrating every year. And also all that decision started in 1991, just right after, right before Sifumane Nkululeko, which is 1994, where abazali bethu got to first babazivotele ubona ngokwabo, having the freedom to choose which party to defend them. So beautiful people, I hope that you guys at home are also following the history of this country, and also you making sure that you are well informed and also well aware about our history, so that we can also be able to know basiyapi pambili, because as umdu you need to know imvelaphi yakho and also get to know insusaphi yakho, so that you can be able to to maneuver life and also to go and represent your culture and also your heritage. But we're still going to be coming back, so stay tuned. Beautiful people, welcome back to it, man. And yes, you guys are still tuned in on the Hangout today. The time can a bit of a blazer to show my understanding of what today is all about. And also I was like, you know what, just because of this kind about being an African, let me wear also my RPT African t-shirt. So today we are definitely celebrating and also we are commemorating the June 16 and also getting you guys to be involved and also get to understand what is this day about, what is this public holiday actually mean to South African citizens. And now again, as umhlali walapha in South Africa, I believe that you also need to know and also get to understand. Understanding now about the International Africa Child Day that we're also celebrating namhlanje, which is the June 16. Beautiful people, I've got a clip that gets to dig deep and also talk more about the International Africa Child Day. So check it out.
Freedom is coming tomorrow.
On June 16, 1976, high school and secondary students walked out of class to peacefully protest learning their syllabus in Afrikaans. Thousands of students went out to march for English being the language of the curriculum and for their right to choose. The police at first tried to turn back the unarmed students with tear gas, and eventually it turned into gunfire, which killed over 100 students. It was this very picture of Hector Peterson, his sister Antoinette Sithole, and Imbuisa Makubu, taken by Sam Nzima, that sparked further protests all over the country.
After all these years, I realized that it's not just a picture, it's something quite big. It did something good for the country.
We buried my brother on the 3rd of July. The hardest part of it was, why did police open fire? It really did not make sense. Because as we were students, we never had weapons. The photo itself tells it all. Even the youngest were there, they felt like being oppressed is not okay. Look at what happened. Even the youngest was killed. So to me, the picture reflects all those families who had similar incidents, because I know that we were not the only ones.
The Soweto uprising marked the beginning of the end of apartheid. In 1991, June 16 was marked as Youth Day in South Africa and was made a public holiday. For the rest of the world, it was dubbed the Day of the African Child. It was because of the sacrifices of these children that we must ensure that we continue to fight for our rights every day, whether it is through the smallest gestures or leading the largest riots. We, the youth, are the adults of tomorrow. Let us ensure that our children of tomorrow don't have to endure racial discrimination, gender inequality, and systematic oppression of minorities. We have come so far. Our predecessors made that possible. So now we have to fight for a better tomorrow. We have to fight for a better Africa.
On the 16th of June in 1976, we were so excited. It was like we were going on a school trip.
To them, it was just a joyful march.
The singing, the chanting, we felt free.
Surprisingly, the whole of Soweto came together to march. About 10,000 students.
Beautiful people, I definitely hope that you guys got to enjoy it and also get to know more about it. But get to that right after this. Beautiful people, welcome back to it, man. And yes, where we have to close it off, but as course we vala in without having a little bit of a speech from our beloved late Tatu Nelson Mandela. We do know him as the man that spent 27 years in prison fighting the same fight of apartheid, making sure that South Africa and also black people have a freedom that they deserve. So today we definitely were like, you know what, let us close it off with the legend and also get to hear again when he was still alive in terms of what was his thoughts about June 16 and also the freedom that we got to basibe nayo namhlanje as ulusha. Beautiful people, let us take it away.
To the youth of South Africa, it is encouraging to know that throughout all the pressing times and solution-seeking moments of today, you still find the courage to return to the elders. 32 years ago, on 16th June 1976, across many townships of our country, sacrifices were made by youth of that time. People laid down their lives for the sake of freedom. Today, their reward, and ours too, lies in you to defend our democracy, not forgetting those who had to surrender their lives for yours to be spared today. As we take stock of our accomplishment and shortcomings, we should not, by a slightest of chance, lose sight of our once ambitious dream for education, total economic participation, democracy, and freedom for all. The struggle for democracy has never been a matter pursued by one race, class, religious community, or gender among South Africans. As future leaders of this country, your challenge is to foster a nation in which all people, irrespective of race, color, sex, religion, or creed, can assert a social cohesion fully. Mindful of your own challenge, you must continue to promote the principle of relentless freedom and democracy, as it is the foundation upon which issues of human rights are ingrained. I thank you.
Beautiful people, thank you so much for joining us right here on the Hangout. Wednesday, bringing you all the goodness and also making sure that you guys are clued up in terms of what is happening in and around our beautiful province of the Eastern Cape. And also, please do make sure that you guys keep on engaging with us on all our social media platforms. It is at Mpumakapa TV, and also you can find us as well on WhatsApp. The number is down below the screen. And also, if you want to be part of the show, all you have to do is to just drop us an email. The email goes as info@mpumakapa.tv. What am I saying? So that is the email that you guys can be able to forward all your documents and also all your bios and requests to be on the show. Getinaga as the Hangout team, we just want to say thank you so much. Please do make sure that you guys are educating yourselves and also you're well informed in terms of what this particular day is all about before ni enjoy a holiday, ningakhange ni understand it. And also, we just want to say thank you so much to Ulucha Olutelwalwake on the day of June 16 in 1976. You guys have fought a good fight because today we get to be able to choose which language esiye sifune ngayo and also get to speak freely without any limitations. And beautiful people, that is it from us as the Hangout team. So Wednesday, take care.